Hey everyone, I'm here with my friend Sarah Cronin and of course Daphne, right?
Hey.
And what I didn't realize, my family went to Disney in November, and I think it was shortly after that I realized you were a Disney travel agent. And I have to admit, when I saw that, I was like, with all the expenses of Disney, who can afford, just another layer?
Another expense.
But that's incorrect, right? So
It is.
I have to admit, I didn't even know Disney travel agents existed, nor did I realize the benefits. So educate us. I feel like I've got a lot of friends and family talking about taking Disney trips. Help them understand the benefit of an agent.
Sure. So I am an agent with Mickey Travels, which is a platinum agency. So that means we're one of the national leaders in Disney travel agents. So Disney has a bunch of agencies that work under them, and it's all included in your trip. So when you book a Disney trip, you're paying for it whether you use it or not. And we can help from just booking and then letting you plan the rest, or we can plan every detail. We can do your restaurant reservations and your, help you plan your days, and all of those things are very difficult.
Yeah.
Disney's very complicated and it's ever changing. So we have training for that. We have specialized training, and then I also go to Disney 3 to 4 times a year. So I know.
Oh wow! So you personally know it.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I have to say I was hesitant to book for a while because I was intimidated by the strategy of it, thinking that you had to do. And so we had a great time, but I realized without going crazy, there was probably more we could have done had we had more information. Right. So someone who books it is paying for it anyway. So then if they reach out to you, you then sort of call it take over their account and book everything for them. Well, logistically, what would happen if someone called you today and said, I'm ready to go?
So logistically, I'd send you an initial email with some questions about, what type of hotel you're looking at. Disney World in Florida has dozens of hotels.
Yeah.
And that in itself is intimidating. There's different levels, and there's all different room levels, and so I send a list of questions: what you're looking for in a hotel, what you're looking for in parks. Disney has different levels for tickets too. And so I'll send you all these questions, and when I get those answers, I'll help you talk through. I can offer suggestions, or some people know what they want, and then once we land on a hotel, we land on what you want for tickets. I would book it through the agency, and I get the best deals and things like that through the agency. And then after that, I would link it all to your account. So I'll help you set up an account on your phone. If you don't have one, we'll link all of your stuff there. So everything I then do from there, you'll see on your app.
Yeah. So it almost sounds like you can create how much you want to set it and forget it, or be a co-planner in the process.
Exactly.
What would you say is the biggest mistake mistake being a relative term, people make when booking their trip that you see as an item for sanity improvement?
Well, it's hard to know everything, first of all. So when you're Googling, there's plethora of information, too much information. And I think that's really intimidating. And I think some people back away from planning Disney altogether because it's so intimidating.
That's one of those people.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest things I get is, where do I even start? But as far as mistakes, I would say trying to do it all. So I help you narrow down your must-do. Which restaurants are your absolute must-do? Which rides are your must? And figure out a logistical schedule. So you don't want. Most people don't want to live their day with, we have this at 9 a.m. and then we have this at 9:45. So I can help you logistically plan. I've done it enough times, and I've done it the wrong way to know the right way to do it.
So you've got the professional lens as well as personally enjoying it, especially with young kids. And I know you can enjoy it as adults. You can enjoy it as families with young kids. How soon should someone reach out to you? And what's the optimum time to plan? Booking today is for a trip when type of thing.
So the sooner the better, just because things book up quickly. So you might, say you really want the Riviera and you really want a specific room there. The chances of getting that if you wait too long are slim. They book up. But then I have people who come to me and say, we want to travel in 2 weeks, and we just, want to have a spur of the moment trip, and we can do that too. Ideally, 6 months. But spur of the moment trips work too, and we can always, I had a client recently that they just wanted to get away in 2 weeks, and we found what they needed and what they wanted, and they had a great trip.
And you're able to jump in at any point. Okay. I understand obviously with COVID, Disney was shut down for a while. So when they reopened, even if you haven't been to Disney for a while, well, part of it is there's things that are different. They're no longer fast passes. They are genie passes, right? So what else can people anticipate if it's been a while since they've been there as some of the new stuff since opening again?
So a lot of things have changed. Things that don't exist anymore, things that have warped into new things. Fast passes are now Genie Plus, which is a paid option. It used to be included, it's not anymore. And there's all different levels to it. So that's something we would talk about. There's all different ticket options now that include that, or that include Park Hopper. Or so those are things that we discuss. And then as far as other changes, the Magical Express, for instance, doesn't exist anymore. So that was the service that used to take you from the airport to your hotel.
Okay.
So now we talk about other options for that.
Okay.
So there are a lot of changes. And it's ever changing. There are things being added and things being, improved. And agents know what's going on, you know, and so we can help with those things.
Yeah, it's funny because we always say to people, when you're buying a house, right? The commission's built in. Have someone advocate for you.
Right.
So from my perspective, from what you're saying, it's very much the same. I recognize Disney as a luxury and something people choose to do that should just be fun. But you'll help people take that stress off, help them navigate, and perhaps just permeate through a little bit of the intimidation factor. The understanding I've gotten from Sarah is that you can go soup to nuts with a travel planner, right? And you can have a little bit of help along the way. And I think the take home is you can customize it for what you're seeking for your experience. And it all just starts with a conversation to identify the client's wants and what makes sense from there.
Exactly. Right. It's included. So I can, like I said, I can book it or I can plan every detail. It's up to the client.
Yeah.
So
if you're already have a Disney vacation booked or you're thinking about it, Sarah's information will be on your screen. I know she'll be happy to chat with you. And we look forward to having her help you make your vacation all that you want it to be. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.